Got a lovely spring starter here for you. This is our pea and broad bean chawanmushi. It's like a Japanese set custard which we bake in this glass dish, which you can save afterwards of course. And then with it we've got some cigarettes of peas and broad beans with fresh mint in there, a little pea salad, nice little herbs and flowers, and then we've got a dressing of some mint in there. So these are going to go in the oven about 6 to 8 minutes. And there you go. And I want to crisp up nicely. And then make sure your chawanmushi is out about 15 minutes before you're going to serve it, so it's at room temperature, back in about 6 minutes to finish it off. So cigarettes are almost ready to go. I'm just going to cut into my dressing there and put a little bit on top of the peas, like so. We'll save a bit of that for later. Give them a bit of seasoning as well, a bit of mould and salt. Nice little mix. There you go. And then really get a good few of them on top of that chawanmushi. So spread them all around. There you go. This is just spring on a plate. There we go. They're all in there. And then we're going to get some of our little herbs and flowers. You've just got a whole little selection in there. We've got some lovely little wild garlic blossom. We've got some nasturtium. All looking really, really nice. Lovely and fresh. I'm using my little posh pair of chef's tweezers just to place that all in there so we don't warm up any of the herbs. So that's all looking good. Once they're in, just give them a little bit of a rearrange. There we go. Tiniest bit of mould and salt just on the top. And get that onto our plate. Then I'm going to grab my cigarettes out. A little trick here, serrated knife is really, really good. Just take those out. And then I'm going to just tidy up the ends. Just with that serrated knife. You can see them, look at that lovely little pea filling in there. They'll crisp up more as they're sat on the board as well. So if you cut them straight away, they'll cut a bit easier. And then arrange them nicely on the side. Look at that, we've got a lovely starter there. Finishing off, a tiny bit of rapeseed oil just on the top. A lovely little orangey fleck. And there you go, that is my spring starter chawanmushi with those lovely cigarettes. I'm going to show you how to do the Tarte Fine of tomatoes now. So this is local Isle of Wight tomatoes. Then we've got a little puff pastry base. We've got a nice cheesy polenta that's on there. So that's going to go in the oven for about 15 minutes, just until that cheese is melted and of course all the polenta and pastry is nice and hot. So let's get that going in there. And then my garnishes. I've got this little tomato fondue, so a nice thick reduced tomato fondue. That's just going to go on the stove, just close to when the tart's going to come out. Warm that back up, and then you've got your little piping bags here, biodegradable piping bags, of course, they're compostable. This has got green barn goat's cheese in there, so whipped up green barn goat's cheese, a touch of whey. That's just going to get the top cut off the piping bag, and then we're going to pipe that on top of the tart. And then here we've got this lovely rocket and lemon salsa, so that's in there again, cut the top off, and when our tart comes out, I'll show you how to build this all together. So out comes my tart of tomatoes. Lovely and glazed. Look at that, beautiful. Get your plate all heated up, and then my fondue, as I said, I've just warmed that up. So if it's a bit too thick, add a tiny bit of water to it, but you want it nice consistency. There you go. This is a few spoonfuls of this in the centre of your plate. And this is just going to blend with that pastry on the bottom of the tart. Absolutely lovely. So you'll have crisp pastry, this rich tomato fondue. So I'm just going to put a little bit of sauce. You won't see that as the tart goes on. And just before I put the tart on the plate, let's lift it off. Be careful of that really hot tray. Just move that out of the way. A little bit of an adjust of the tomatoes if you need to, just where they might have moved slightly, but just rearrange them, make them all look beautiful. There we go. And then goat's cheese. This is green barn goat's cheese. I'm just going to pipe some lovely little piles of that Not too much, just a little bit. There we go. And then just leaves our little salsa. So this is our rocket and lemon salsa. And again, I'm just going to kind of pipe it in different spots to the goat's cheese, so you've got a lovely, all those colours pop in, the red, the white goat's cheese, that green, look at that, and you see it, all of a sudden it really comes to life. There we go. Tiny bit of salt, just a tiny bit. Those tomatoes are super sweet. Let's get ready to plate it. On we go. And look at that. So simple, so tasty. Let's get to the table. Let's dive into this tomato tart. Nice rich dessert for you now, but with a little zippy finish. So you've got a white chocolate, passion fruit and stem ginger cheesecake there. So stem ginger in the base, and then there's a little passion fruit jelly just set on the top. All you want to do with this little chef's tip, just have a grill, or if you've got a posh little blowtorch, just basically flash it just under that heat, and then you end up with a lovely mirror shine on the top there. So take your, this is passion fruit gel, I'm just going to cut off the end of the piping bag. I want to take my cheesecake, make sure you use a little spatula for that, and then just carefully put that onto your dish, like so, position that so you're all happy. Then we're going to take some of our passion fruit gel, get that just kind of like a piping bag, put your white chocolate aero, really nice bubbly white chocolate, 3 pieces of that, nice and generous, and then your passion fruit gel, just like so. That's nice and sharp, so it's really going to cut through all of that white chocolate. And then we're going to finish off with some fresh passion fruit seeds, nice little crunch. Just some of them dotted in between, like so. There you have it. That's my dessert of white chocolate, passion fruit, stem ginger cheesecake.